Joe's coming back at you, making videos about computers on the internet. I gotta say it in every video. Computer parts, woo! Quick tech though. Today, which is a show where I display some tech very quickly, and by that I mean probably about 45-minute long episode. But yeah, we have a deep cool case here, and a really nice one. It's exciting because at its price point, it punches well above its weight. There are several different options depending on how RGB you want to get with it. But yeah, this is a really nice, I would say, mid-tier or a little bit above budget case, and that follows up their Matrexx 55, which is still a very awesome case. Valid option, a little bit smaller than this, way less versatility, as I would say. But this thing here, I saw it at CES, and now that I have it in my hands and I've built in it, huge, awesome thumbs up on the quality. I mean, I punch in it, it's awesome here, and it comes in a couple different configurations, but at its lowest price point here, it's a really good deal, as we will see in just a second. It comes with 3 tempered glass panels, one in the front, one here, one here, and we'll get this one out of the way first, and this is kind of nice. It doesn't have the fasteners on all 4 corners. You actually just dip that in there, and you can put that there. You take these screws that you're probably going to lose. I already lost one of them. Shut up. It's on the floor somewhere. And then, there you go. But what I like is you can kind of, if I was in front of it, you can probably not touch it and not get your fingerprints all over it. So that's always lovely. The back panel is a very solidly constructed piece of metal, which goes on the same way. Clip like that, put it in, do the fasteners. Really, really nice stuff. And the whole thing is just built like a tank at its price point. You can put 360 in the top, a 360 in the front, a push-pull in the front, which I have on a 240 right here, but there's clearly enough room. And then this front panel here pops out real quick like that, which is really cool and nice because you want to access the fans. There's no yanking, like pulling real hard on it. It's just, it pops out freely. And when I asked them, and I haven't heard back, but can't you make a mesh panel like that? Because a lot of air comes in the bottom and the top, but of course it's going to be impeded by that big front glass panel. And wouldn't that be cool if they made a easy replacement? Because you can just pop this out, and maybe you could buy it as an optional accessory or a whole different version of the case. And then you'd have that awesome super airflow through this thing that everyone loves so much with the meshifies and stuff like that. But that just clips in real easy like that for easy access to the front. And then it's got top panel. It's got a power button, a reset button, USB 3s, and audio input like always. And then this panel right here, which I pointed at, is a basement cover, which is glass, which is really nice because it does this like effect where it reflects all the lights in your case. And if you have RGB on your graphics card, which I don't with this Radeon 7, but it would bounce off of there and it would give a cool effect. But what I really like about it, aside from that, is you can undo it with another one of these screws you're going to lose, pull the whole thing out, and then you have open access to your power supply if you have to add another, let's say you're adding a hard drive and sometimes you actually have to take the whole power supply out. On a lot of cases, this one, you can just take that panel out, add the thing, oh, Bob's your uncle, it goes all back together. So super, super nice. So this build I built in here is with their Captain Pro 240, and I've done some testing on this with my 7820X, the lava of a CPU, and it actually tested very well. So we'll get into a full review on this cooler a little later. It's their leak-proof cooler, and it's got a bladder in it. We'll talk about that later, but you can put lots of stuff in here, which is nice, and even with the push-pull in the front there, you can see the SSD, the fatty dove in there, which, you have to display the fatty dove. But 2 hard drives can go in there, 2.5-inch ones. There's also sleds in the back for 2 other 2.5-inch drives, and then there's only 2 drives, 2 sleds on the bottom in the basement for 3.5-inch hard drives, unfortunately. But, kind of getting away from those anyways with SSDs and stuff like that. So this thing, I saw it at CES, and they had some accessories for it. There was a GPU sag mount thing for it, and then I actually got to play with the vertical GPU mount that fits in here real easy. They have like an accessory that goes in there if you want to have a vertical GPU or display your GPU. So versatility for sure is just keep saying it over and over again. So you see here in this configuration, there's a lot of RGB lights and stuff. I've added some of them. Some of them actually came with the next tier up of the case. But if you want to get into the naked Matrexx 70, okay, without any fans, because you have your own fan solution, or maybe you want to go cheapo on the fans because you're not so worried about cooling, this thing's only $59.99. which is a steal of a bargain. Now, it's actually $69.99 on sale for $10 off, but I'll leave the affiliate links below. Go check out the pricing. If it's 60 bucks, it's super worth it because the construction quality, like I keep punching it, but the metal is hard. There's a plastic panel here, but like it's stronger than your average case in this price category. Like it won't let you down that way for sure. And then, you could go ahead and you could add some crappy Amazon. Like you can go on Amazon and you can find really cheap, like under $20 fans that would make this thing look pretty cool. Or if you want to go the way I've got it here, that's the Matrexx 70 Add RGB, and it's only $100, and that comes with 1, 2, 3 fans in the front that are addressable RGB. Basically comes with like a fan set of theirs. It's pre-installed, but I forgot to mention all of them come with a black fan in the back, so that's actually the only fan that comes by default, and it's like a crappy SATA 3-pin DC fan, but at least it comes with that. It's pretty cool for $100 because if you price out the fans it comes with, they're $54.89 right now. So you're getting like a pretty good value at the 60 plus the 50. Like it would be well over $100 to get the configuration. The Add RGB makes it pretty cool. And then if you wanted to check out the fans that are here that they gave me extra just to load this thing up and make it look pretty, they're the non-addressable RGB fans, and they're $44.99 on Amazon right now for 3 of them, and that's what I have filling the 1, 2, 3, 4 other slots. And you can also put 140 mil fans in basically every slot except for the back one. So like it's just pretty cool. You can actually fit a lot, and the way it's made out here, you can have quite a bit at the top here, and there's still a lot of room for your motherboard and your VRM and stuff like that. So I really like it, as you can tell. I've only said it 100 times. The Captain Pro that's in there, it's $119.99, and we'll do a separate video on that so we can talk about the performance and stuff on it. But just in case, links in the description, just in case you really like how it looks with that little thing coming out of there with a little tube with the water and the stuff and the things. And then I have a special edition of this case that's coming out in a few weeks, and I'll update the description once it actually comes out. But this thing I have in front of me is actually not just the Matrexx, but it's the Matrexx Add RGB 3F. And what that does is, and I haven't enabled it, but check this out. I'll clip it in. Oh, now I'm making something. There we go. It adds a strip down here, which lights up this see-through piece, and they changed the Deep Cool logo that would normally be there, and they made it another little line. So that's optional above and beyond, and I'm told this will be another $10 above the $100 for the Add RGB. So for an extra $10, you can get a little bit extra flair, and the ability to change, instead of having just the RGB controller that comes with the fans in the Add RGB version for $100, you get the ability to press a button up here and switch things. And of course, all these fans and the Captain, you could link them into any addressable 3-pin RGB header on a motherboard, but because this is an older motherboard, it doesn't have that. So I'm using what comes with the case, and it looks pretty good. I think it looks very, very nice, very nice. So I'm at Watch Timmy Joe Instagram and Twitter, and as you can tell already, I really do recommend this case for $60 if you want to bring your own fans, or $100 using their fairly well-performing, decent fans. They're all PWM, they plug into the motherboard, so you're going to get your full control. I think it's just a steal of a deal, a great value. And then this upcoming 3F version should be out in a couple weeks, and I'll update the description there. But yeah, it's pretty nice. This little piece of kit here. And I love Deep Cool for, I don't know how they're making money on the solid construction and still selling it for such a low price. The Matrexx 55 was a little bit cheaper in construction. This thing feels like a $200 case, ultimately. It feels like their Gamer Storm line of cases, for how good it is. So, at Watch Timmy Joe Instagram, Twitter, Michelle's, their Amazon affiliate links below if you want to buy any of this stuff. Of course, you don't have to. I won't come to your house and beat you up if you don't. Anyways, I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you very much for watching. Matrexx 70, super good value, for sure. What are you using for a case? Let me know in the comments below. You think this looks good? I think it looks pretty cool. I'll see you guys later.